If you are not interested in highly technical stuff, you shouldn't listen to this one. I'm just sharing something new that I started playing with. So Teranode, there are a couple of miners running Teranode alongside the SV node miners. Teranode is live. How many blocks get mined by a Teranode? I don't know. What's exciting right now for me is that Teranode does have a version of P2P. And so that's what I'm going to show you because I'm running it. But what's really interesting are a few things. One is that the SV node P2P runs on port 8333, I think. That will eventually go away. Right now, there's legacy code in the Teranode software that runs that brings in any block data that are mined from the SV node software. Okay, so that's how so that's one of the ways that these two systems talk to each other. It's why a Teranode software can mine a block and be in sync with the SV nodes. So before I run this, I tried to install, it's called teranode-listener, to connect in this listening mode to the talk going on between, Teranode miners. And that failed. I tried to dig into why it failed, but I bailed on that. And I actually built my own listener, not using any BSV dependencies. It was all using basically networking library. And Teranode chose this, right? They chose this networking library called, I think it's called lib P2P, something like that, P2P lib. Anyway, oh, here it is up at the top. Lib P2P. Yeah. So, and that was built by the Filecoin people, the IPFS people, and Ethereum uses it now. And now BSVA Teranode architects are using it for the peer-to-peer piece. And I find that super interesting because what I built here in this listener that we're going to look at, again, not using any BSVA code at all. It's just using the libp2p libraries and a few other things. But anyway, so let's just run this and look at it. I'm connected to two peers, BSVA mainnet EU. So we've got, this is a subtree. This is part of the microservices architecture. Let's see, status. What else have we got? Catching blocks. Legacy syncing. If I had to guess, I think the legacy syncing is what I was talking about, where in order to stay synced with the network, most of the blocks that get mined right now are SV node software. So it has to sync somehow. And so they built a way for it to get those blocks because the Teranode is all in microservices. So it doesn't look anything like SV node. And so they had to build a way for these two networks, these two node software implementations to talk to each other. Let's see what else we can see here. So the heartbeat is that I've got 2 peers I'm connected to. They're hard-coded. I looked for a few more, but the only ones that would talk to me were these 2, I'm sure run by BSVA. Okay, this one's interesting. Rejected. So this shows that there was a transaction that was rejected. Reason, processing, validate. There was a validation error. Transaction scripts. I don't know. It's what else? That's invalid. Script verifier. Go BDK fail. Anyway, I don't know what that means. Like I said, this is all really new to me. I'm sure I will investigate what all of that means. A bunch more rejected. Fun to see the subtree. SV node does not do subtrees. This is what teranode does. So interesting that there's a lot of rejected transactions. I mean, maybe that's probably normal, right? So, not trying to start a rumor. Okay, this tells us, interesting, mined by Zulina. I haven't seen that that miner. Here's another miner here. Let's see, mainnet to Gorilla Node. So this is gorillanode.io, which I believe is a teranode implementation. And then here, last miner, Kuv. That is a SV node miner. All right. I mean, this is super cool to look at. I'll probably maybe say more about it sometime. Probably do something with this. I think there's something interesting about this listening and information that we can get for the daily intel report, where I'm using the SV node P2P method from port 8333. So I'll probably do some, marrying of these 2 methodologies to make the report even more informative. So,
got a curve in the game laid out.